Alright, here's some comedy for you. I was clearing this brush for this customer, a big area of honeysuckle in the front of their house, and found this gigantic boulder. Now, I didn't know it was gigantic when I started. It was like a tip of an iceberg. I just saw a small little portion of it sticking out. But it was enough that, because I was clearing this brush here, it was enough that if I left it and I was all done, the customer would have a chunk of rock sticking out in the yard, and he was going back to grass in this area. You'll see it once it's all cleared. And I was just afraid that if I didn't get the boulder out, he'd have this big, edge of a sharp rock. Of course, when you see that sticking up, you have no idea. I had no idea how big it was. But a little secret about myself, I love boulders. I can't get enough of them. I've hauled so many over the years from different landscaping jobs and found them buried in the ground or just sitting in people's properties, and I absolutely love boulders. If you ever saw my property, you'd understand why. Anyways, I had to get the boulder out. I just had to try. You'll see here in a few minutes I met my match though. I wanted that boulder so bad, but I could not get it out. It was definitely that machine, that 925 will lift 1,000 pounds or 925 pounds. It's got a higher lift capacity to get off the ground, but it won't lift it all the way up in the truck. So I thought, well, if I could get it out of the ground, get it out of the hole, and maybe get it near my truck, I could possibly lift it up there, but it was not budging. I tried, and here you go. Here's I'm starting to dig it out of the ground. It took a lot. I spent way more time than I probably should have, and I told the customer that when I found it. I said, hey, I'm going to try to get this boulder out. There I am getting it out of the ground. I said, I'm going to try to get this boulder out, but I have no idea how it's going to go or if I actually can get it to my truck. So here you go. Here's me trying to lift it with my machine. I did this 20 different ways, and of course I tried cracking it in half. There was actually a natural crack in the boulder, but I couldn't get it, so it went back in the ground. I had to bury it back in the ground. Oh my goodness, I wanted that boulder so bad, but I couldn't get it. It was crazy. Anyways, I told the customer all that. I said, hey, I'm not gonna be able to get this out of here. I'm just gonna have to cover it back up. I just dug a big hole, dropped it back in there, and I just finished this job, got all the brush cleared, leveled off that ground, and made it nice and smooth. The customer was happy, satisfied with the job, so it was still a good day. The boulder won this round, but no big deal. There'll be another.